It's hard to find genuine Christian friends, not gonna lie. I mean, I'm at the public school now. I'm gonna tell you all the types of people I've been through, who to watch out for. So, as you know, from preschool to my sophomore year of high school, I went to a private Christian Baptist school. And everyone in that school was supposed to be a Christian. But not everyone in that school was a Christian. There were a few people there who were actual Christians. Many people there were lukewarm Christians, such as myself. And some people there weren't even really Christians. And I was hanging around a group of people that were lukewarm Christians. And I myself was a lukewarm Christian. And out of that friend group, I really only keep in contact with one of them. Because that one friend, he was my closest one. And he's actually trying to get closer to God. So that's pretty much the only two reasons I still keep in contact with him. Everyone else, I either don't really know what's going on in their life, and they could be on fire for God now, for all I know. Or I know what's going on in their life, and you can't even recognize them. And it's just, even in, like, a Christian school, it was just hard to find, like, actually, dedicated Christians. And there's also a lot of lies on the internet about what a dedicated Christian is. It's not going monk mode. It's not, you know what I mean, completely separating yourself from the world. It's like, what it means to be separate from the world is to not disobey the Bible. And to follow Jesus with your life, even when no one else is. That's what it means to be truly separate from the world. Because most of the world doesn't fully follow the Bible. And most of the world doesn't have a full relationship with Jesus. And once you have a full relationship with Jesus, he will change you for the better. And that's what it means to be separate from the world. But it's just hard to find good friends, and especially now that I'm at the public school, I'm just realizing it's really hard to find, like, genuine Christian friends. Like, so far I have met 2 people who claim to be Christians. And as I've gotten more in depth in their lives, as it went on and on, as they were talking about their life, I kept saying, I don't judge. Only God judges. I can't judge you. I'm only a human. Only God can judge you. And that was that, And some of them weren't even black and white situations. Some of them were gray areas where it's like, the Bible doesn't specifically say that's a sin. But, it can become a sin if you know what I'm not gonna get in depth about their life because it's the internet, and although I'm not mentioning their name, I feel it would be disrespectful to get in depth about their life. But yeah, I feel it would be disrespectful to get in depth about their life on the internet, so I'm not going to. But anyways, not all of them were black and white scenarios. Some were gray scenarios, where the Bible does specifically say it's a sin. It's like, it can turn into a sin and you need to be careful. So, and meet people where they're at, But the more I looked into their life, it was like, I had two things said to me. One said that she doesn't know if where you go when you die, but she hopes it would be heaven. And that's why she's a Christian. And then another person said, I don't believe in Adam and Eve or Noah and the flood. I think it's just a metaphor to teach us about the ways of God and to teach us lessons about life. So it's really hard to find someone who's a genuine Christian and who genuinely believes in the Bible and has faith in Jesus and is willing to live their life for Christ. It's really hard, man. Because you know how statistics say that Christianity is one of the largest religions and that there's like all of these Christians in America statistically? Well, only God can know if someone's saved or not. But only God and that person can know if someone's saved or not. But I guarantee you, the amount of people who don't just say they're a Christian, but who are genuine Christians is very little in America. I guarantee you, it's very little in America. And I'm not saying go around and judge people and be like, that person must not be a Christian because... No. I'm just saying, learn before you become friends. I mean, you can be friends with someone who's an unbeliever, but before you start becoming friends with someone who you think is a believer, and you're going to listen to what they say and live your life like that, before you do that, make sure you actually do your research and find out what a true Christian is. I would recommend reading Romans. Read Romans. Do your own, read the New Testament in general, but especially Romans. Figure out for yourself from the Bible, from God, what a true Christian is. And even if that person doesn't turn out to be a genuine Christian, you can still be friends with them, but don't let them change you. Okay? You just be an example for Christ and pray that Jesus will show them the light of the truth. So don't be deceived. Don't be deceived by this world. Don't be deceived by Satan. Trust in Jesus.